through your mental boundaries so that you can redefine your life's possibilities. Again, break through your mental boundaries so that you personally can redefine your life's possibilities. To begin the conversation, let's let's start with this word, breakthrough. Comment below, breakthrough. Breakthrough. I know that's something that all of us want, right? New year, new me. We're still in that mentality, right? We're looking to evolve. We're looking to reinvent the way that we show up. We're looking to level up, to experience new results, greater outcomes, new levels, accomplish some goals, achieve our vision, and live out our dreams. Breakthrough is what we are all after. But I think it's important for us to understand that in order for us to first experience a breakthrough, something has to break, right? As simple as that sounds, I think it often goes over our head. We all want that breakthrough. But in order for that breakthrough to take place, something has to break. It's got to break, right? We can often be anxious to change our situations, but unwilling to change ourselves. How many of us have been guilty of that, right? We want more, but when we look at the responsibilities of accomplishing more, it's like, hold on. I don't want to step outside of my comfort zone. I'm used to where I am. I'm stepping into some uncertain territory, some familiar areas. And a part of us wants to be comfortable, right? In fact, one of the rules of our mind is that we will naturally gravitate towards what is comfortable and resist the things that are uncomfortable. But in order for us to experience that breakthrough, to reach new levels, something's got to break and it's got to start from within, right? A change in your life starts with a change within you. I want to highlight this quote. It's a familiar quote that we all have heard. I don't know who actually coined this statement, right? It's unclear of who actually can take credit for this quote. I don't know if it's Confucius or if it's Henry Ford, but we've heard many people talk about this quote. But I want to break it down, this quote, in hopes to give us this mental tool that will assist us in breaking through those mental boundaries that we've created for ourselves. Let me put it up on the screen. Again, Henry Ford, Confucius, not sure who it is, but we'll say Henry Ford was the one that coined this statement, where he once said that those who say they can and those that say they can't are both correct. In other words, when you tell yourself that you can do something, then you will do it. But if you convince yourself that you can't do it, then you won't do it. I was reading an interesting study the other day, and I want to say it was out of Stanford. I should have put the actual study here up on the screen. But nonetheless, they took a few test subjects, and they had these test subjects lifting weights. And as they were curling these weights, some heavy weights, they had them repeat a few terms and a few statements. Statements like, this is hard, this is heavy, not sure if I can handle this, this is extremely difficult. And they had these sensors on their muscles, and they were gauging like how their muscles were interacting as they were lifting these weights. And then the next day, they had them do the same exercises with the same sensors on their arms and on their muscles. And they had them say something else. I can do this. I'm capable of lifting this weight. This is something that I can handle, right? And then they looked at the measurements, right? The results. The day that they talked about the things that they could do, how they could overcome certain things, how they had the strength, how they had the capacity to lift that amount of weight, their muscles put out a greater signal, meaning they had more strength in comparison to when they were talking about what they couldn't do. And that blows my mind how our words, right? The book of life talks about there's life and death in the power of our tongue, right? Like the words that we speak can influence our physical capabilities. The words that we speak can influence how we show up day in and day out. They can influence our attitude. They can influence how we perform. They can influence how we interact with others. What we put into the atmosphere of our life has a large influence of the possibilities that we can actually take hold of each and every single day. And with that being said, I think it's important for us to be mindful of the words that we are speaking. Quick question. What opportunities have you missed out on because you convinced yourself that you couldn't do something? What new levels are you failing to reach simply because you've assumed that you can't experience something? You can never be in this position. You can never earn this amount of money. You can never have this title. You can never live this type of lifestyle, right? What often happens is We speak words and it's unnoticed, undetected, right? We speak words unconsciously and we kill our dreams with the words that we're speaking, with the words that we allow to come out of our mouth. It's hindering us from showing up effectively simply because we've convinced ourselves that we can't do things, right? I often tell many people when you say that you can't do something, that's an unexamined assumption, right? And if you live your life based upon assumptions without gathering the facts, without trying to do certain things or stepping boldly into new territories, you'll miss out on blessings, opportunities, and new levels that you can experience, all because you convinced yourself that you can't do certain things. Here's what I challenge us to do, right? As we're stepping into this week, I want you to look at the areas in your life that you convince yourself that you can't do certain things, whether it's personally, whether it's with your physical health, whether it's in your career, in the area of your relationships, whatever it is. I want you to look at the areas in your life where you've convinced yourself that you can't do certain things. And I want you to ask yourself the series of two questions, okay? Number one, are you assuming that you can't do it simply because you've never done it before? And then number two, what do you need to develop? What do you need to learn in order to be in position to handle the task at hand? Again, that's a mental technology that we can apply right now. Two things, right? Whenever you feel yourself saying, hey, I can't do this, I can't accomplish this, this is too hard for me, right? Ask yourself, am I assuming in this very moment that I can't do it simply because I've never done it before? Because it's important for us to understand just because you've never done it before doesn't mean that you can't gain access to it. And even if you tried it before and it was difficult, you have to understand that just because it's difficult, that doesn't mean it's impossible. You've got to clear your mind of these mental rules and boundaries that you've created for yourself, right? You created them so you can break them down and move beyond them. And the second question will help you do just that. Maybe you do feel uncomfortable. Maybe you do feel terrified. Maybe you do feel anxiety or fearful about stepping into this new environment, stepping into this new field. Maybe it's a new career path. Maybe it's a new type of environment that you're going to be stepping into that you've never experienced before. In those moments, ask yourself that question. What do I need to learn? What skill do I need to develop? What knowledge do I need to gain in order for me to position myself to create the best outcome or a greater result? But what we don't want to do is to assume that we can't do certain things. We all know that great things are on the outside of our comfort zone, right? So by us assuming that we can't do things outside of our comfort zone, we'll never do anything great. You have to be the one that breaks down that mental boundary and moves beyond it. And that's how we redefine possibilities for our life, right? I tell many people, in order for you to experience the exciting world of greater possibilities, you have to break the rules of your historical thinking. And in order for you to do that, what you have to do is challenge the thoughts that you've grown accustomed to. Embrace the discomfort of you stepping outside of your comfort zone. Be willing to make some mistakes, right? I'm talking about giving yourself permission to fall short. When you do make a mistake, understand that that defeat is not eternal. It's temporary, right? Learn from it, gain the lesson from it, apply the knowledge, and step into it better. And as you continue to make those attempts and take those daily steps, you'll develop the skill. You'll gain the knowledge. You'll create the expertise. You'll be in a better position to create a better outcome. All because you made up your mind, I can do this. I can do this. So as we make that declaration, I can do hard things. In fact, comment below, I can do hard things. I can do things that make me uncomfortable. That's not to say that everything's going to be easy. No. That's not to say that you won't make mistakes. But what we're saying is, I'm willing to embrace the process of me evolving, growing, and improving to get to where I aim to be in life. In fact, man, if we had time, I'd break that down. This is how we guarantee progress in our life, right? Everybody comment below, guarantee progress. And I want you to tie this into your memory bank as you're stepping into this new week, which represents new opportunities and endless possibilities, right? There's great things out there for each and every single one of us. Yes, it may be difficult right now for many of us, right? Like historically, we've looked at, the time that we're recording this, right? It's 2023. I think it was Microsoft, Salesforce, some other tech companies have massive layoffs, right? We're borderline in a recession, inflation at an all-time high. It's hard for people out here, right? It's a struggle. Let's keep it real. It's difficult. It's challenging for each and every single one of us. But what we have to have the mindset of is that I can make it through this. I'm built to do hard things. I can overcome this challenge. It's going to make me better. I may come out with a few scars, but I'm going to still move forward. I'm going to continue to rise above this thing, and I'm going to figure this thing out because I've made up my mind that I can. But back to what I'm saying. Here's how we guarantee progress, okay? You guarantee progress the moment that you make up your mind that there's nothing that you can't learn and no skill that you can't develop in order for you to solve the problems that stand in front of you and where you ultimately aim to be in life. Let me say that again. You will guarantee progress for your life when you consciously decide there ain't nothing I can't learn. There's nothing that I can't develop, no skill that I can't acquire in order for me to solve the problems that stand in front of me and where I ultimately aim to be in life. Meaning this, you've created the vision, right? You got the goal. You started this year off saying, this is what I'm aiming to accomplish. This is the person that I'm going to be. These are the things that I'm going to do, right? Of course, we're motivated, we're inspired, we're energetic, we're filled with enthusiasm, we have excitement, and we start taking those steps. And then days go by, challenges arise, adverse conditions creep in on us. It becomes hard, right? That motivation often dies down. Now you're face to face with the conflict. Are you going to keep moving forward, even though it's painful and challenging? Or will you give up? Life's going to hit you with that gut shot, right? John, I see you in the broadcast. Salute to you, brother. Hits you with that gut shot, knocks the wind out of you, buckles your knees. Now you're on the canvas. You have to make a decision in that point. In that very moment, am I going to give up? They're going to count me out? Or am I going to stand up and keep moving forward? And with that mindset, that there's nothing that I can't learn, no skill that I can't develop, in order for me to solve the problems that stand in front of me and where I ultimately aim to be in life, what that's saying is this: I'm going to figure this thing out. I'm going to find a way to move forward. I'm going to create solutions to these problems that I'm facing. I won't accept the reality at hand. I see what I see in my mind, and I'm working diligently to build it in my reality, to build it in my life. That's the mindset that helps us redefine possibilities. And that starts with each and every single one of us, breaking down the mental barriers that we have created, right? We've created them. My grandmother used to say to me, and I'll say this and I'll wrap it up, when I used to get in trouble, right? As, a young whippersnapper, just doing my own thing, had life figured out, right? My grandmother would pull me to the side. She said, David Dwayne, you know you're in trouble when they call you by your first and middle name, right? David Dwayne. She said, I brought you into this world and I'll take you out, right? Maybe your mother said the same thing. I brought you into this world, young man, and I'll take you out, right? That's the type of mindset we have to have with our mental barriers, our limiting beliefs. You brought them in the world. You brought them into your consciousness. You can take them out. You just have to make the executive decision. Today's the day where I'm going to stop living based upon these outdated rules that I've established for myself, right? These restrictions that I've placed on my potential. You have an idea. Maybe it's to start a business or to start your own podcast or to write that book, but you have all these mental barriers that are getting in your way, and you keep convincing yourself that you can't do it simply because you've never done it before, or it makes you uncomfortable when you step outside of your comfort zone. You brought it into the world. It's time to take it out. And the moment that you take it out, that's when you make room for new opportunities, new possibilities, greater experiences, simply because you made the conscious decision. I refuse to obey these mental barriers that are holding me back from everything that makes me feel alive, right? I'm talking to somebody this morning. That passion that you have, that dream that you can't stop thinking about, that goal that excites you, that's what you ought to pursue. That's what you need to move closer towards. But you keep allowing these mental barriers. You're not good enough. You don't have what it takes. You're lacking resources. Look at your bank account. You don't have the educational background. Look at your network. You don't know anybody that's in the industry. You keep allowing these thoughts to hinder you from stepping boldly into what it is that you want, right? Again, if you tell yourself you can't do it, you won't. But if you make up your mind and make that decision right now, I can do this, you will. And as you make that decision, understand it won't always be easy, but hold on to the thought that there's nothing that you can't learn and no skill that you can't develop in order for you to solve the problems that stand in front of you and where you ultimately aim to be in life. If you slid into this broadcast and I was unable to give you a shout out, be sure to comment below. And again, if this is your first time, or maybe it's your first time in a long time, please comment below, beginning with the number one, and then place your first name afterward. Again, number one in the comment section, and then place your first name afterward. Missed a whole bunch of comments, nothing personal, y'all. Your boy was in the zone. We'll get to him. Appreciate you guys tapped in, and I hope you found value in our conversation. Marcia, great day to you. Got to guarantee the progress. Yukita, great day to you. Guarantee the progress. Bruce says, I can do hard things through Christ who strengthens me. Talk that talk, Bruce. Jocelyn's in the broadcast. Oh, this is right on time. You're very welcome, sis. For sure. Marcia, glad to have you tapped in, tuning in live. Listen, if you found value in the broadcast, put some fist up in the comment section. Let your boy know that you were tapped in. Michelle P., great day to you. Yes, you can do hard things and never forget it. Rick, my brother from another mother. Shout out to Philly. Tapped into the stream. You're very welcome, brother. Hope all is well with you. Again, if you did find value, put some fist up in the comments. Let your boy know that you were tuning in and you benefited from today's conversation. Bruce, you're very welcome. As you guys are putting fist up in the comments below, please share this out with the people that you care about. Again, you never know how individuals can be impacted by you sharing this broadcast out. Share this out on Facebook. And if you know somebody personally that can benefit from this, tag them in the comment section. Everybody watching this on Twitter, you may not be able to interact in the comment section, unfortunately, but you can still engage in the broadcast by simply retweeting this out, and would truly appreciate that. And if you're watching this on LinkedIn, please share this out with your network. And everybody watching this on YouTube, do me a quick favor, hit that like button right now. Would truly appreciate that. Subscribe to the broadcast if you've yet to do so, and then share this out with the people that you do care about. Michael, salute to you. Zerdo, great day to you. Hope all is well with you. Welcome. Jerome, Mr. Bold and Courageous. Shout out to ATL. Hope you've been enjoying the retirement life, brother. We got to catch up soon. Taria, I see you. Appreciate you. Janine's excellent. Virgie, great day to you. Appreciate you as well. Also, if we have yet to connect on other social media platforms, I think it's on this screen here. Let me put it up on. There we go. At D1 Gibson is my handle. To make it easier, just go to elevationIsAMust.com or simply scan that QR code with your phone, and it'll take you directly to my website and all my social media links. Be sure to join my newsletter to get weekly mindset tools and insights directly to your inbox and email. And also, there is information as far as one-on-one coaching if you're looking to dive deeper in unpacking many of those limiting beliefs that have been hindering you from living your best life and creating a plan of action that will help you execute towards your goals in 2023. Be sure to connect in any way that I can help. We can begin that conversation. Appreciate you guys tapped in. Again, truly appreciate your support and you investing time in this broadcast. May, absolutely, for sure, as we are continuing to feel good about ourselves, motivated and determined to make this the best week of our life. I was going to say this, the best week of our week, the best week of our lives. Here's what I want us to do, okay? I want you to hold on to this mindset. I want you to literally repeat this mentality every single day this week, right? If you have to write the statements that we described during this broadcast down, I can do hard things. I'm built to do the things that are uncomfortable. I can figure things out. Write that down and remind yourself of the power that's at work within you. Don't allow your situation, your circumstance, or even your environment to convince you that you can't do certain things. You're bigger than that. You're bigger than your environment. You're bigger than your challenge. You're bigger than your trauma. You're bigger than your past. It's time for you to see yourself for who you truly are, right? I'm talking about connecting with your personal power so that you can move your life forward. And if you're finding yourself in a difficult situation or challenging experience, just understand that this too shall pass. It's only temporary, okay? So keep your head up, stick your chest out, and keep persisting until you succeed. And if nobody else tells you that they love you today, remember, your brother from another mother, D1 Gibson, has nothing but love for each and every single one of you. With that being said, let's wrap this thing up because you got dreams to catch and success to create as well as I. But in the meantime, until we meet again on the next broadcast, which will be next Monday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, my command and wish for each and every single one of you is that you're effective, be successful, live with some passion, and most importantly, 3 pounds to your chest. 1, 2, 3. Be powerful. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.